In the headlines, 2 confirmed dead, some still trapped in Kano building collapse. 115 killed, over 73,000 displaced as floods hit 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Nigeria to stop fuel importation mid-2023. Away from Nigeria, torrential floods kill 1,100, including 380 children in Pakistan. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust Television. I am Ayuba Ile. Thank you for joining. And now the details. In Kano, over 200 shops have been destroyed following a flood disaster at the popular Kentinkwari textile market in the state. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that millions of naira is also believed to have been lost at the time of the heavy downpour.
It is hard to imagine that this is the most popular textile market in Nigeria. But such is the situation of the famous Kentinkwari textile market in Kano shortly after a heavy downpour. According to traders, the entire market is flooded, affecting over 200 shops containing goods worth millions of naira.
We have never seen this type of calamity since the fire outbreak during Shekarau. And this incident, we believe, is as a result of poor drainage system and some illegal structures within the market, which are affecting us seriously. And this is why this flood disaster is seriously affecting us. We have lost a lot of things here.
Over the years, Kentinkwari textile market attracts traders from different parts of the West African sub-region, which necessitated the need for expansion. But traders say the lack of drainage system and illegal structures may have been responsible for the flood.
The only reason why we are in this situation is because government is doing whatever they want in this market. People are building shops anyhow and without any proper planning. Therefore, all drainage systems within the market are blocked. For God's sake, why will flood not destroy our goods? We keep on having this problem repeatedly and no one is doing anything to us.
Meanwhile, traders are asking the state government to withdraw building approvals on places within the market that are meant for drainage.
Thousands of people have lost billions of naira. We are not talking about millions, but billions, because over 200 shops were affected. And most of these shops have money inside, which is now gone. You can see even me, I'm trying to dry my own goods. If you climb upstairs, you would see a lot of people trying to clear their goods, trying to find a way to fix their goods. We only seek for God's assistance.
Although all efforts to speak with the leadership of the quarry market or the market union was not successful, but traders say they have lost virtually everything at the moment. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
Meanwhile, the presidency said since January, destructive floods have killed 115 persons, displaced 73,379 and injured 277 others in 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory. Quoting the latest data from relevant government ministries, departments and agencies, yesterday, presidential spokesman Garba Shehu in a statement said that the floods and heavy downpour had also left about 37,633 houses destroyed. President Muhammadu Buhari, according to the statement, received regular updates on the flood situation and sympathized with all the families affected by the recent incidents. The statement further said that federal government will continue to provide the needed emergency assistance to individuals and communities impacted by the disaster. The military on Tuesday asked hospitals nationwide, particularly in Kaduna State, to report anyone seeking treatment for gunshot wounds in their facilities to security agencies. Military spokesman Onyema Mwachugu said this followed the recent firefight between troops and the terrorists, where the criminals were overpowered and killed, while some of them fled with gunshot wounds. Addressing journalists in Abuja, he said that during the crossfire, the fighting patrol team neutralized one of the terrorists and captured 3 others alive. The spokesman said that a patrol team also recovered 1 AK-47 rifle, 27 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition, and 18 motorcycles. Still on security, police in Zamfara state say that they have rescued 12 kidnapped victims, including a 5-month-old baby girl, after 1 month in captivity. A statement by the command's public relations officer, Muhammad Shehu, said the victims who were rescued unhurt were abducted by terrorists and taken to Kare Kukanka forest, a bandits camp of a notorious bandits leader, popularly known as Bello Mebile, and spent 1 month in captivity. The police also said that the victims were medically checked at 42 PMF Clinic Gusau, thereafter debriefed by the police and handed over to their families. The Commissioner of Police, Kolo Yusuf, while congratulating the victims for regaining their freedom, assured the public of the command's commitment to apprehend the perpetrators of the dastardly act in the state. President Muhammadu Buhari says that the All Progressives Congress will continue to bequeath strong political institutions by not interfering in elections. The president spoke when he received members of the Progressive Governors Forum, led by Chairman and Governor of Kebbi State, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, at the State House in Abuja. The President Buhari, citing outcome of polls in Ekiti, Anambra and Osun State as indicators of his resolve for the 2023 elections, said that the government will also ensure that Nigerians are not intimidated or humiliated by those in positions or the more privileged. After meeting with the president, the governors met with the Vice President Yemi Oshibajo to congratulate him on his recovery from a serious medical procedure. The governors appreciated him for showing confidence in the Nigerian medical establishment by undergoing the treatment in Nigeria.
We have been very traditions around the world and in Nigeria. Our party members have been have acted very commendably. We have one of the free and fairest primaries Nigeria has ever recorded. We can only compare it to our 2014 primaries in Lagos, which produced 10 candidates, but now President Muhammadu Buhari. So we are very proud of our party's conduct, where every aspirant was given a free and fair opportunity. And because that is the case, our party men and women across the country are able to mobilize and participate in showing all party members that they should remain in APC and work for APC and pray that APC continue to govern Nigeria.
Now, some chieftains of the new Nigeria People's Party in Kano, loyal to Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, have pledged their continued support and loyalty to the party's national leader and presidential candidate, Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso. The group, led by former lawmaker Kawu Sumaila, also said that they will vigorously support and campaign for all the NNPP candidates in all elections. The group therefore calls on all their supporters in Kano and around the country to remain solid in the new party.
In view of certain unfolding events in Kano, we decided to convene this meeting to restate our resolve to remain as members of NNPP with absolute loyalty and determined resolution to carry the party to success in the forthcoming general elections. In the circumstances, therefore, the meeting resolved that, 1, we jointly and severally remain members of the NNPP Kano State Chapter with unshaken loyalty to the leadership of our party leader, His Excellency Dr. Rabi Musa Konkoso, as well as other party leaders, and determination to carry the party to success in the forthcoming general elections.
And in another tragic incident from Kano, 2 people have been confirmed dead while 6 others hospitalized as a rescue operation into the Kano collapsed building enters its 2nd day. Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibrin reports that an official of the State Electricity Distribution Company has also been killed while trying to disconnect electricity cables to pave way for heavy-duty equipment carrying out the operation.
Well, the rescue operation into this collapsed building has continued for the 2nd day. Yesterday, authorities of the State Emergency Management Agency and the National Emergency Management Agency, as well as other non-governmental organizations, commences the rescue operation. And so far, we've learned that about 8 people have been rescued, and 1 among them is dead, while several others may still be trapped inside this rubble. Now, from what we are hearing, the rescue operation has been halted because there is the problem of electricity cables around here. And even the of one electrician from Kano Electricity Distribution Company who attempted to remove one of the cable earlier yesterday died on top of that pole wire. So at the moment now, these heavy-duty equipment are still positioned in this particular place, waiting for the officials of Electricity Distribution Company to come and remove the electricity cable before the rescue operation continues. But as I can tell you, this morning, nothing is going on as of now. The place is still here, and they are waiting for this electricity post to be removed before they continue trying to remove other people that might have been trapped inside this particular place. But so far, 8 people have been rescued and 1 of them died. Now, plus the electricity officials, it means 2 people died as a result of this collapsed building. Mark you, people are telling us that there may be several people inside this building because it's a place where business activities do take place. And if you can check under that place are small corner shops where people are selling GSM market. So it's very likely that there are still many people inside the building. But we'll keep on following to see how these officials will continue with the rescue. I'll bring anything that comes around.
Well, thank you, Idris Jibrin, for the update. Now, coming up shortly, how Yankaba market in Kano thrives. Details of this and more after the break.
Every patriotic Nigerian should hear this. Any politician who means well for the people will never allow themselves or their supporters to engage in any violent, destructive activities. No politician who truly wants to serve the people and develop the nation will encourage his followers to destroy properties or take human lives before, during, or after the elections. The Nigerian public must watch out for these traits and isolate any politician who encourages supporters to engage in violence. No genuine politician or patriot will cause trouble and seek to destroy the very society which they aspire to lead or develop. Politicians who have the good of the people at heart will not allow themselves or their followers to engage in violence, destruction of properties, and then taking of lives. Be vigilant. By their words you shall know them. Shun violence. Stay away from politicians who want you to do so. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
Welcome back. You're watching the news update on Trust Television. Here's a reminder of our top stories. 2 confirmed dead, some still trapped in Kano building collapse. 115 killed, 73,000 displaced as floods hit 22 states and the Federal Capital Territory. In other news, a federal high court in Abuja on Tuesday declined to review bail application by the suspended head of intelligence response team of the Nigeria Police, DCP Abba Kyari, and 4 others. The suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police and 4 others are standing trial before Justice Emeka Nwite on counts bordering on alleged drug dealing. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman has more. Okay, we'll bring you details of that report subsequently. Now, Nigeria will stop importing petroleum products by mid-2023. Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, gave these assurances on Tuesday while briefing newsmen at the State House in Abuja. He said that the combination of output from the Dangote refinery and state-owned refineries will ease out importation of petroleum products into the country. Kende Amodu reports.
The subsidy regime of the federal government is choking out all benefits that Nigeria should be making as an oil-producing company. The reason is simple. The country's refineries are not working and Nigeria has to import petrol massively. But that story is about to change.
So you can come and see what is happening in Port Harcourt refinery. We will get it back. We will get it back to normalcy. We will run it as a business. As a matter of fact, we borrowed money to fix it. We didn't take petroleum money. We are borrowing money to fix it because borrowers will not lend you money. Lenders, will not give you money except they are sure that you can return it. And the payment for that is tied to the productivity of that refinery. And that means that something must change. And what did we change? We are not going to operate it. We are going to have an O&M mechanism. It means operation and maintenance contractor will run it. We will not run it because that's a basic requirement of the lending.
One of the problems that the NNPCL has to contend with is the theft of petroleum products, which he says all communities across the country are involved in.
But more than anything, and much more difficult to manage is the issue of bundles, which cuts across every community, no exception now. In the past, people have always thought that it is between Lagos and Mosibi that you have problem, or between Warrior and Bini, or probably maybe in the east or somewhere. It's everywhere. Wherever our products have gotten to, everybody has now become some form of bundle. And so there's no exception. There is no exclusion. Wherever our facilities pass, this is exactly what is happening. And what we have decided to do is to also make this private. We are building a national reserve company. It is very necessary. It's a requirement of the law. That reserve company will run those pipelines.
On a larger scale, international oil theft is costing Nigeria about 700,000 barrels of oil per day. The group CEO says that the illegal activity is end-to-end, which includes several layers of society and some members of the NNPCL.
We are not just following the list, we are also following the cash. And I can confirm to you this moment that you'll see more things will happen. I'm sure you've heard this statement made by the National Security Advisor. It's not an empty talk. It is real. We mean it. And we know that people are involved. The 122 people that I have mentioned, they have names. We know them. At the right moment, they will be disclosed. But to tell you, beyond this also, not just the small rats that we arrest at the locations, we are going after everyone else. And I can tell you that the EFCC and the NFIU, all of them are on the trail of the cash. So they will find the cash, and they're already finding the cash.
Beyond no importation of petroleum products, the group CEO of the NNPCL believes Nigeria is also on the path to becoming a net exporter of the product by mid-2023. From State House, Abuja, Kende Amodu, Trust TV News.
Now, Yankaba is one of the largest markets in northern Nigeria where vegetables and other perishable goods are sold. Despite increase in the price of food items and other essential commodities, the Yankaba morning market in Kano still thrive. Trust TV's correspondent Idris Jibreen visited the early morning market and now reports.
Kano is commercially viable, and by implications, the people of Kano knows exactly how to do business at any time of the day. This place, for instance, is where vegetable and other perishable goods are sold in Kano. It's called Yankaba Morning Market, which operate at between 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. daily. This market starts at about 3 a.m., sometimes to close around 9 a.m. At worst, that's if there is no customers. We reach 12 p.m. The Ankaba morning market is largely patronized by restaurant owners, fast food joints, among other households. It's a market supplying vegetables to other markets. The price of everything has gone up because we used to suffer before we get, for instance, cabbage here. Therefore, the prices is not as it used to be. The demand is always high here, but traders say supply is sometimes the problem, leading to increase in price of the product.
You see, I'm here to buy vegetables, but everything is high. Look at rice, look at the cabbage. I do buy a bag of green vegetable at over 3,000 naira. For what? In fact, I'm not voting for anyone this time around.
While the morning market continues to thrive, residents hope that the high cost in price will significantly reduce across the country. Idris Jibrin, Trust TV News, Kano.
And away from Nigeria, torrential rains and flooding have submerged a third of Pakistan and killed more than 1,100 people, including 380 children. United Nations, while appealing for aid on Tuesday, described the flood as an unprecedented climate catastrophe. Army helicopters blocked stranded families and dropped food packages to inaccessible areas as the historic deluge destroyed homes, business, infrastructure and crops, impacting 33 million people. The country has received nearly 190% more rain than the 30-year average in the quarter through August this year. Sindh province, with a population of 50 million, was hardest hit, getting 466% more rain than the 30-year average. In sports news, 2022 edition of the National Open Traditional Sports Championship is ongoing at the package of the MKO Abiola Stadium, Abuja. The event has five traditional sports on display, namely Kokoa, Dembe, Abula, Langa, and Ayo, involving 10 states and clubs. Adeni Ajishafe has more.
The sporting event has 5 traditional sports on display, namely Kokoa, Dambe, Abula, Langa, and Ayo, involving 10 states and clubs. In the Kokoa 55-kilogram category fight, Katsina State Suleiman Salau is pitched against Ibrahim Musa of Kano State, a tough duel that opens the top championship in Kokoa traditional wrestling sport. Katsina triumphed to progress to the semi-final facing Delta State. Bayelsa and Edo State faced each other in a fierce battle that ended in favor of Bayelsa State. 65-kilogram category fight saw Delta State beating Edo to qualify for the quarterfinals, while in another interesting fight, Nigerian freestyle wrestler at 2018 Commonwealth Games, Asai Scott Amos, who debuted in Kokoa, won his wrestling round in the 75-kilogram category. Amos attributes his win on hard work and training.
My opponent was able to give me a tough fight, but at least due to my training, because I train consistently, I train hard, so at least with that, my training, I overcome my opponent by giving him 1-0. So that was how it ended. And the fight was a tough fight. He gave me a serious fight, but at least with my training and every other thing, I overcome it.
President, Traditional Sport Federation of Nigeria, Olomo Agbadabina, calls for support and promotion of traditional sport as Federation seeks for support from the 3 tiers of government and corporate bodies to export the talent in traditional sport to the world.
Well, we have so many traditional sports in Nigeria, but all of them cannot come up at the same time, because it's not a joke to assemble all traditional sports, because we have diverse ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. It's not easy to gather traditional sports.
And that's a wrap on Trust News Update. Watch more via all our social media platforms and also watch us live on YouTube. My name is Ayuba Ila. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.